for some, scary for others. But in the real estate industry, change is a constant, especially in New York. If you've been following the news, you might have heard about the recent industry changes stemming from the lawsuit settlement involving the National Association of Realtors, also known as NAR. And if you're considering buying a home, you're probably wondering, how does this affect me? In this episode of StreetEasy Home School, we'll discuss the key implications of this industry shift for New York City home buyers, explaining what's changed for them, what hasn't, and where we go from here. I'm Sinead Ortuzar, and welcome back to StreetEasy Home School. Here's what we'll cover today: the details surrounding the settlement, the key changes for home buyers, and how to set yourself up for success in your home buying journey. Let's start with the settlement itself. In March 2024, the National Association of Realtors and some major brokerages agreed to a nationwide settlement of claims brought on behalf of home sellers related to broker commissions. As a result, new requirements are in place for many agents, including in New York City. We don't necessarily think this will dramatically change how people buy and sell homes or the housing market in general, but it will bring additional transparency to the process, helping buyers and sellers better understand how agent commissions work and what services they're paying for. The NAR settlement will bring 3 changes that people will notice right away. First, affected real estate agents will need home shoppers to sign a written agreement before touring a home. Second, agents must disclose all commissions and make it clear that commissions are freely negotiable between buyer and seller directly. And third, buyers' agents must now disclose compensation in a written agreement with their buyers. At the heart of these changes is the agent commission. In the past, buyers didn't typically pay their agents directly. Agents were paid from the sale proceeds, with the seller covering the cost and their agent splitting the commission with the buyer's agent. This may or may not be the case any longer, depending on the specific situation and agreements, which are negotiable. Buyer's agent compensation will now be explicitly stated upfront in the written agreement. So what exactly are these written agreements you'll be signing? There are a few types you can expect to encounter. To begin with, since buyers should be under no obligation to commit to working with an agent long-term at the first meeting, they may start by signing a touring agreement or limited services agreement. This provides an opportunity to get to know an agent before committing to a longer-term agreement with them. Here at StreetEasy, we've created a non-exclusive touring agreement. This covers touring activities only, doesn't require any fees, and expires after 7 days, a common time frame for most initial home tours. This agreement will be provided to the agent when you schedule a home tour. Some agents may choose to use their own version, while others may ask buyers to sign a longer-term agreement up front. Let's talk about what that means. If you decide to work with a particular agent more formally, you'll likely sign a longer-term agreement, sometimes called a buyer's representation agreement. This lays out the broader real estate services provided, as well as the required compensation and payment terms. Buyer's representation agreements are often exclusive, meaning you're agreeing not to hire another agent during your home search. However, non-exclusive agreements do exist and can make sense in certain situations, such as searching for a home in 2 different cities. A couple other forms New York buyers will encounter are the New York State Disclosure Form for buyer and seller that outlines the nature of the buyer-agent relationship, and the New York State Housing and Anti-Discrimination Disclosure Form, which ensures buyers and renters know their rights. This list is not exhaustive, and required forms vary by state and even city. Your agent should provide you with all necessary forms as part of working with them. There are several advantages to these new standards. The written agreements bring important safeguards for both you and your agent, as well as increased transparency. They clearly lay out what an agent will do for you, as well as the full detail of compensation. Simply put, they let you know what you're paying for, to whom, and when, without any surprises. And amid all these changes, there's one thing that hasn't changed: the value of a buyer's agent. New York City is one of the most complex housing markets in the country, and working with a buyer's agent who represents only you means expert guidance, a streamlined search, and representation throughout the entire process. This is why the majority of U.S. home buyers choose to work with a buyer's agent. If you're not sure how to find a buyer's agent or have questions about buying in New York, reach out to our complimentary StreetEasy concierge at the link in the video description. Ultimately, these industry changes are about transparency. making sure that home buyers are aware of how much they're paying and when, plus what services their agent will provide before getting to closing conversations. With this increased transparency, we believe you will be better prepared to find the home of your dreams and the right buyer's agent to help you get there. For additional resources and information about industry changes and working with a buyer's agent, visit our blog, which is linked below. We look forward to helping you unlock life's next chapter. Thanks for watching.